Hi, welcome to a new episode of the Teacher Profile. I'm here with Miss Luhn. She's one of our social studies teachers here at Ignite. So Miss Luhn, what drew you to the education field?
Well, I'm like what a lot of people would call a career change educator. I didn't originally go into education. Right out of high school, I went to get a degree in theater. So I got a Bachelor of Fine Art, and from there I moved out to Portland, Oregon, and worked in theater for about 5 years, during which time I decided to go back to school, not for education yet, but for fisheries and wildlife science. And so I did a lot of wildlife research, which led me out to Hawaii. And then I started working in environmental conservation. That led to environmental education, and then I decided to just go right into teaching, and now I'm working on my master's in education.
So, Ignite's a different facility than most schools. What initially drew you to Ignite?
What really drew me to Ignite was the project-based learning aspect, and also all of the opportunities for multidisciplinary learning. Right now I'm working on my master's in STEAM-based education, so I really value multidisciplinary learning. I value working as a team and being part of the biomedical college. I really love creating the career crossover lessons, teaching my students about how different events throughout history affected the medical field. And I love working with the same students too. I'm excited to work with the same students throughout their 4 years.
That's awesome. So you mentioned, you have the acting degree, you have the fisheries and wildlife degree. How have those experiences and those degrees helped you in the classroom with today's kids?
It has definitely helped me to be adaptable, and I have a lot of varied experiences to draw from, which I think kind of makes me relatable, and it gives me a lot of resources too to create those multidisciplinary lessons, which I think that adds a lot of relevance for students when they see that the subjects don't have to be compartmentalized, and in fact a lot more interesting learning can happen when they're not.
Right. So it's very based on that we're trying to instill a new type of learning, a new way of teaching to the kids here at Ignite. What is something that you feel like you can do every day that helps them, and something that they can take further in life with every thing they do?
Sure. I really prioritize helping students to find what their strengths are, and to be confident in those. I want my students to not feel like they have to be categorized or pigeonholed into anything, that they can have unique, varied interests like I did, and they can find their own unique path and still be very successful. I was often told, how are you ever going to utilize a theater degree and a wildlife degree at the same time? And that was kind of discouraging for me. And in the end, throughout education, I do feel like I'm using all of the knowledge that I've gained throughout my life, and I want to empower students to find their weird interests too.
So you mentioned that you're actually in school right now working on your master's in education.
Yes.
How is that going?
It's going really well. I enjoy it. I'm working on my master's in education, specializing in STEAM-based education with Clemson University.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing that online. I'm about halfway through it. And it's really exciting, and it gives me a lot of tools and ideas for things to do in the classroom. And so I'm really liking it.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us today, Ms. Luhn. It's been a pleasure speaking with you on these subjects. And we'll see you all next time with the next teacher episode.